When you think of Finland, the image of Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus in Lapland may spring to mind. Or perhaps the thought of a quiet land where ramshackle cottages dotted beside lakes and vast expanses of forest seem more appropriate. It's said that Helsinki, Finland's capital, is a paradise for lovers of art and architecture, which is all well and good. However, it only takes a second to realise that there is more to this city than just pretty sunsets and reindeer. With over 3 million album sales worldwide, platinum records and a string of #1 hits across Europe, the band, formerly known as His Infernal Majesty, are definitely taking the world by storm, revitalising the goth scene with a new sound and putting the love back into metal.
I was to describe him in one word. Successful.
They are a unit.
I have to say that sexy. I think their music is very sexy.
Chain. You know, it's flexible, but still it's so strong that it's hard to break.
Romantic.
Yeah. I would describe him, it would be love.
And mystic somehow, like inside.
Him is a band that seems to transcend musical achievements and continue to produce poetic, melancholy music that seems to pulsate the message of love and death. But to understand the band, we first have to understand where it all began.
There's maybe like 5 million people living here, and maybe like 10 guys who can be in a rock band and sing as good as Ville Valo.
He's the perfect frontman.
Him's charismatic frontman, Ville Valo, was born in Helsinki in 1976. Growing up in the Valo family was a bit unusual, as father Kari owned a sex shop.
I am Kari Valo, Ville Valo's father. About 5-6 years old. I push him in sport, but interesting more and more music. And I try put Ville in driving school, because Ville is without driving license now. But music takes all time. It's interesting very much music.
As a young boy, Ville had a natural flair for music and soon tried his hand at as many musical instruments as possible.
Ville is about 10 years old. He found first guitar and training very much, and in school he is music class, and they learning many kind of music in the school.
School days were filled with problems, as Ville was regularly in fights and was seen as a disruptive student. At the age of 7, his behaviour had already been carefully monitored because of his antisocial behaviour. Ville was even allowed to draw during classes in an attempt to help him relax.
But Ville is quite good doing painting and drawing, and when Ville is very young, he's drawing cartoons, and his imagination is very good. He's very good, number one. Yes. When Ville is very young, he liked very much Star Wars stories, and Darth Vader is very near his heart, and he's drawing very much in cartoons, Darth Vader and company, and like very much. We have home all old pictures.
The young Ville submersed himself into the sounds of bands such as Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin and Kiss, as well as the best of folk and country music. Ville worshipped his idols Kiss and began wearing makeup himself.
Sometimes I see Ville doing makeup, and and maybe my wife's sister told that how can you doing this, and later I see Ville many times. He's moving home about 17 years old, and he's starting his career, and very many times he's makeup here and people looking.
Mikko Henrik Julius Pananen, nicknamed Midge, was born in 1974 in Helsinki. His father was an orchestra musician and his mother was an actress, so it was no surprise that he began to have an interest in music. At the age of 12, Midge and Ville first met at school. They both shared a love for the bass guitar and started to jam together regularly.
With Mika and Ville, they're training together very many hours in the afternoon and after they come to school.
Mikko Viljami Lindström, otherwise known as Linde, was born in 1976. His first instrument was an acoustic guitar, which he received when he was 10. He soon enrolled into music classes, where he started to perfect his ambition of becoming a famous guitarist. Ville and Linde first met at senior school and decided to form a band together called Aurora. The band experienced touring at an early age, as they travelled by bus through Europe, playing at local schools and venues. The trip was financed by the band selling donuts and what little money they received for their gigs. This managed to cement their friendship for the time ahead. In 1993, Ville and Linde began recording some demo tracks. School friend Midge was so impressed with the music that he joined them. They created 3 demo tracks entitled Serpent Ride, Borellus and The Heartless. The guys agreed to continue working on new music until they had a good range of songs to promote. Midge and Linde felt Ville should be the band's frontman as they began to try and get gigs.
But I remember being on their first gig in my hometown, Vaasa, and there were so few people in there, just a few people, and they played very well, but it was disappointing for them, of course, but it's really funny to think about it now because now they're so huge. They would never have that kind of a gig where there would be only a few people. But I was there and they were great.
It was then time for them to showcase their music at the well-known club Tavastia.
Because Mr. Merimaa, who is boss Tavastia, he liked Ville and give Ville first chance coming Tavastia, because Tavastia is best place in Finland.
Over the years, Tavastia's sister club Semi-Final has been known for providing young bands with an opportunity to perform on stage, and is run by Tommy Hämäläinen, aka Rudy.
My name is Tommy Hämäläinen, and at the present moment and for the past 12 years I've been running a club called Semi-Final in Helsinki.